Now that we've cracked the code, this is getting crazier by the minute. 11-9, which is day 313, to Janus Tenet, frontwards and backwards. Janus Tenet from the movie Tenet. It's 62 days. Now add 62 days from Janus Tenet, you get March 13th, 313. Do you see how January 10th is the portal? It's the gateway. The portal for time travel is a day. It is January 10th, 2022. And the reason we know it's 2022 is because it's 37 days before and after. 37 days after the solar eclipse of Donnie Darko on the golf course. And it's 37 days before the snow full moon of Ipet Goat. Now we know that Ipet Goat is the snow full moon on Valentine's, or just after Valentine's. And if he's going to go down, or if he would have went down on Valentine's Day 2 days before, or Lupercalia the day before, then he would go down the day before the solar eclipse of December 3rd. Or does he go down on January 9th or January 10th, like the previous video? We just don't know. But this is the time travel paradigm. Paradigm definition. The time travel pattern. It reminds me of that movie. Oh, hang on a second. The Imitation Game, Wikipedia. It reminds me of that movie, The Imitation Game, where they had to crack that code. Alan Turing, The Enigma. And that could have been a made up story, but that was about a computer. Now, if we've been able to crack this code, then the Holy Spirit cracked the code, and he allowed us to crack the code. So we all need to figure out which one makes the most sense. But Janus Tenet is the portal day. It's the gateway day of even math. What day did Trump say, I am the chosen one? Well, what is the opposite of January? It's July 10th is the opposite. When Trump said, I am the chosen one, he did that on hang on a second. From Tenet, that's, or the portal date, that's 873 days. 873 is what? That's my second wife's third marriage number progression. If y'all go back to that numbers video. So if you were to go up 873 days, that would be the Abomination of Desolation Day. June 1st, 2024. Or potentially the Abomination of Desolation Day. There's no full moon on June 1st. I don't know what all's going on June 1st with other planets and so forth. But from the solar eclipse, it's 54 days. It's 77760 minutes. You've got a 666 in there with the seconds. I think if you add enough, 1296 hours, that's a personal number. It's 54 days from the X across America. Him saying, I am the chosen one. Let's go back. It's just a theory. Let me check out one more thing. If you go up 155 days from Janus Tenet of 2022, that fits perfectly in between a solar eclipse and a snow full moon of Donnie Darko and I Pet Goat. And if you go up to the supermoon on his birthday, if you go backwards 155 days, we already did this, didn't we? It's August 8th, 88. So that would be if they're killing 2 billion people. I don't, how in the world could that be when my street went all the way up to 2024? I think the Abomination of Desolation is June 1st, which is probably what that movie 61 was about, 6-1. The star's birthday was April 4th. I think I was February 22nd. That's tough. That means World War III and war, famine, death would go on for a long time if he goes down now. And he doesn't return until 2024, June 1st. Somebody sent me something this day in history. Let's check it out on January 10th. My friend Adam. Boy, it is really hard to say when he's going down. It would seem like it would be December 3rd. Commentary.
January 10th, 1776.
How to avoid a copyright? I don't mind a copyright strike. I just don't want the video to be blocked. Whether they throw commercials up on it doesn't matter.
Thomas Paine publishes Common Sense, one of the most influential.
Common Sense was published. Commentary, fair use.
The works of the American Revolution. The pamphlet urges freedom for Britain's colonies in America just months before the Declaration of
Okay.
Independence. 1863. All aboard, but mind the gap as the world's
Commentary, fair use, commentary.
first underground passenger railway opens in London. It remains one of the largest to this day.
Oof. Commentary, fair use.
1964.
Ghost in the Machine. Did it perform the music too for you over a speaker and y'all just then played it? Or did it just write the lyrics and y'all did the music?
The Beatles' first album in the US, introducing the Beatles, hit store shelves. The following month, the Fab.
Really? That's interesting.
The Beatles hit store shelves. The Beatles' first album in the US, introducing the Beatles, hit store shelves. The following month, the Fab Four arrived in New York on their
Unbelievable.
first American tour. And in 1945,
It's funny to listen to it fast.
Rod Stewart, 70s chart topper and songbook pruner, is born in London.
Oh, that's when he's born.
Today in history, January 10th.
Not much. How do you do the December 3rd one?
Facebook has a language problem. It's known about it for years.
Recently, UN investigators blamed Facebook for playing a role in citing possible.
Look at December 3rd.
December 3rd, 1967. Surgeons in Cape Town, South Africa, led by Dr. Christian Barnard, performed
Commentary, fair use.
the first human heart transplant. The patient, Louis Washkansky, lives 18 days with his new heart.
That's pretty cool. I got a new heart. Live 18 days.
1984, a horrific industrial accident kills thousands of people in Bhopal, India. That's where a cloud of methyl isocyanate gas escapes from a pesticide plant operated by a Union Carbide subsidiary. Investigators later conclude operating and safety
Commentary, fair use, commentary.
procedures at the understaffed plant caused the disaster. 1964, a sign that the times are a-changing as police are
Gateway, Archway, free speech. Because
arrest some 800
when he goes down, it would stop all social media.
students at the University of California at Berkeley. The day before, students stormed the campus administration
Day before, on December
building,
2nd.
staging a massive sit-in. Mario Savio is with the student free speech movement. And you got to make it stop. And you got to
Commentary, fair use, commentary.
indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
The machine.
1947.
What was that movie called? I can't think of it. Supposed to be one of his most famous roles. I watched it. I wasn't amused or entertained. Streetcar Named Desire? No.
In New York, actor Marlon Brando hits the big time as A Streetcar Named Desire
Yeah, it was.
opens on Broadway.
Ding, ding,
Brando
ding.
reprises his role as Stanley Kowalski in the movie version
Commentary. Very used.
of the play a few years later. And in 1948, Black Sabbath singer Ozzy Osbourne was born.
You want to try December 4th? Solar eclipse day.
Hi, hon.
Adding.
Looks like it's sped up. Yep.
Today in history for December 4th. On December 4th, 1991.
I know who that is, don't you? This can't be him.
Freedom at last for Terry Anderson, the Associated Press correspondent held hostage in Lebanon. Anderson
My bad.
is released after nearly 7 years in captivity.
That was the guy from the ice skating movie. Tanya Harding's boyfriend.
Held longer in Lebanon than any other Western hostage. In 1992, President George H.W. Bush orders American troops to Somalia to help feed famine victims. But the Mercy mission later turns bloody as the troops try to disarm factions hindering relief effort. Ultimately withdraws all 3. With the Revolutionary War over, General George Washington says farewell to his officers in New York more than 5 years after.
Ooh, Washington says farewell. Interesting.
Well, to his officers in New York more than 5 years after that goodbye at Francis Tavern, Washington is sworn in as America's first president.
Says goodbye as general. Anyway. It is weird about the 313 to the 313. Well, day 313 to March 13th, it's the same amount of days when you go through the Janus Tenet portal. Let's think about this for a second. Hang on a second. Just sent me, look at the number 500 for Antichrist. National Artificial Intelligence Initiative from AI.gov. Literally AI.gov. Got the 500 in there. All right, let's go back to what I was thinking about here. Hang on. All right, March 13th, 2020. $668 days to the Tenet portal date. You have to go to January 8th to get 666 days, which would put him down on a Saturday. If you go to 311, it pushed it to 670 days, which was in the WHO made their big announcement. So you have to go to Sunday the 15th to make it 666. But anyway, let's swing it forward now, 668 days. It's 11/9 instead of 9/11/2023. if he was to do the Abomination of Desolation on June 1st, and he didn't go down until November 9th, 11/9, which is what's on that jet, then he won't go down to 2023, 11/09. Full moon calendar 2023. Nothing. The full moon is October 28th of all days, October 28th. Solar eclipses 2023. Okay. How come I can't get that year? Solar eclipses. Anyway, hang on just a quick second. April 8th, of course, the solar eclipse. And October 2nd, which was the Donnie Darko date, is the other one in 2024. It's a lot to absorb. But we've definitely tracked into something with that Janus Tenet 2022. With the national championship game going on there. And like Michael showed us, that Lucas Oil Stadium, they can open and close the roof in 9 to 11 minutes. So, and the address is 500 for Antichrist. It's the night of the national championship game. Nothing means nothing in all of this. I mean, because we're still looking at a lot of different scenarios, but we've certainly cracked a code with Janus Tenet 2022 for sure. And yeah, anyway, love y'all. I could look at that all day.